When you think about video games, where does your mind wander to? For some, it's first-person shooters. For some, it's Pac-Man or old arcade games. And for some, it's horror beyond your wildest comprehension. But for me, it's puzzle games. Hi, this is a series where I play through myst-like puzzle games, whatever that means, and tell you if you should play them. Today's episode is special though, because sometimes a puzzle game slips between the veil of the living and the dead and leaves us with something very special. Puzzle horror. From Clock Tower to Harvester to Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Game of the Year baby, to Resident Evil, to modern games like what I'll be playing today, horror and puzzle go hand in hand. I'm the Witless Principal, and welcome back to episode of Decrypting the Puzzle, Halloween Horror Edition. And I know it's December. I'm very aware that I'm late. Thanks. This game is called Immortality. I'm going into it pretty blind. I don't know much about it, but this is a game by Sam Barlow, half Mermaid. Sam Barlow has done Her Story, Telling Lies. Looks like a lot of live action games, and this is a horror game. It is a puzzle game. That is what people are telling me. Choose your own adventure, hidden object, horror. Let's see some other tags. Puzzle. So, let's get into it. Marissa Marcel, an interactive restoration of 3 movies. Welcome to Immortality. Like I said in the intro, I have no idea what we're doing or what it's about, so we're kind of just jumping right in. Subtitles are on. Excellent. I don't need a content warning. Here we go. Every piece of restored film footage from Marissa Marcel's career is organized here on the grid. Use plus and minus to zoom in and out, or use the scroll wheel. I'll use the scroll wheel. Zoom 3 times. Use the arrow keys to move the selector to click on the clip you want to move to. Once a piece of footage is selected, press space to play it or simply click on it again. Okay.
I am excited.
Now, you look very young in person.
People always say that.
Turning it up.
Look, what, 15, 16?
Maybe.
Can we tell the people at home how old you actually are?
Yes, I'm 20.
That is correct. And now, we know you from the movie that you just finished shooting. It is finished, right?
Yeah, it's finished. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you don't know, it's a bit of a fairy tale. So Arthur Fisher, the great director, who you probably know from his movies such as Marion and The Man Who Dreamed, was...
What an accent on this guy. My guy, you're choosing that accent.
Casting for his new movie, Ambrosio. And so instead of casting a recognizable face, he wanted to find some fresh talent. So he put the word out and saw, how many was it, 10,000?
I think it was over 20,000.
20,000. He saw 20,000 girls, and long story short, he picked you.
Yes.
And you'd never acted before.
Not on the screen. I had done modeling, and I liked the theater. Yeah.
That is amazing. I believe we have a short clip here. Do you want to tell us what we're about to see?
Yes, so I play Matilda, and, well, I don't want to spoil things too much. She's a young woman who sneaks into a monastery disguising herself as a monk, and then there's a lot of drama and magic and intrigue.
Okay. Marissa Marcel as Matilda, a woman disguised as a young monk. Here we go.
Oh my God.
The same magic that powers this lens can also grant you what you wish.
How so?
You remember the night that I was to die, when we took to St. Clair's sepulchre? That night, I performed a rite. I summoned a fallen angel to aid me.
What have you done?
Wow. Quite a role for your first movie.
Well, Mr. Fisher was quite the teacher.
Now I heard he can be quite demanding.
Well, you know, he has an idea of the picture in his head, and the picture in his head, and
To navigate and organize the footage, we provide a novel concordance feature. Pause the footage, then press right to click the I button to enter image mode. Move the I cursor over a key image, such as an actor's face or important prop. Click the image, and the concordance will match cut to another shot in which it appears. Ooh.
to come between him and that, not even the actors.
And this is Mr. Fisher's first film with nudity, correct?
Yes, well, you know, he felt that a modern motion picture should reflect the times.
And you filmed this in Europe?
Correct.
They go for that in Europe, the nudity.
Yes,
Oh.
Rare. They say she's become a recluse.
I don't want to speak for Marissa, but I think recluse may be inaccurate. Because she didn't choose the court celebrity, I just think that makes her normal. I don't really think she disappeared or anything. She just chose a different life.
Have you met with Marissa since that movie?
I have not.
Fucking great from down here. Should we do one more for fun?
I could do this all day.
Okay, it won't let me move past that. So clearly you're important.
Crazy! Too late.
Happy, John?
Ecstatic.
Good. One more to be safe.
You're scared.
Whoa.
41 apples, take one.
And cut. Happy, John?
Ecstatic.
Good.
Okay.
32 apple, take two.
Okay. Same again. And
Everyone's so hot.
action. God the Father of mercies, death and resurrection of the Son, has reconciled the world to himself. So the Holy Spirit among
We are experiencing technical difficulties.
This is under $2,500. Just
2,500 bucks. Oh my god, that's a lifetime amount of stuff.
I need to stay wet before you
I would take so much stuff.
go, so sign it out. Listen, I gotta show these guys the garden. You gonna be okay in there on your own?
I think so.
Listen, take it. Take care, sweetheart, okay?
This is interesting. Okay, the image grid allows you to revisit and sort the images you have collected from Marissa Marcel's movies. Press right or click the cut button to switch between the film grid and the image grid. You are now equipped to explore and enjoy the rest of this restoration project. Am I? Are we sure? Is there music playing over all of this, or am I just hearing random music? No, there is. I'm gonna turn up the movie even more. It feels like I'm having trouble hearing it. I'll make sure when you're listening to this that it's loud enough, but geez, it seems quiet.
Goodman sits in the car watching the apartment, reading his book by flashlight, a biography of Caravaggio.
Okay. Can I go back further in this one? Oh, I sure can.
Scene 3A, take 1.
Alright, keep it loose, Marissa.
This is gonna be fun.
Action.
Scene 44A, take 2.
Action.
Oh my god, the stage whispering. Because they record the volume over later. There's like music playing.
Ready. Got it. That's the end of the movie.
Was that enough?
You would have got us.
Oh man. He's pretty. They did really good casting for this. Not just because everyone's pretty, but just based on the time period and style of face and all that jazz. How Yoda-roski of you. I love the references here to different styles of movie.
Naughty.
Cut.
Huh. Now, I'm going to pause here for just a second to say, I still don't really know what's going on. Like, why am I doing this? What's... Oh, I can like certain ones. Like, this is Minsky. This is all Minsky. This is a different movie from the 90s. This is that Ambrosio? I don't know what it's called. This is all Minsky. This, I don't know. It says it's Minsky. I don't know how it's related yet, because she was never in the car. Maybe she was just acting out Goodman's scene. I can't tell if she was in love with him or like who the love interest is, because it might not be a man, but I haven't seen another like woman or non-binary person that she's shown interest in. I'm interested.
A guy with a...
I'm trying to find new things.
When you walk...
Let's go back.
Rehearsal, scene 3.
On my deathbed, I must admit, my love for you is more than spiritual. A woman lives in my breast. She hungers to enjoy you. If I live, it would be to risk your reputation, your holiness. For I fear I am no longer able to fight my battle.
What was that? Why did that happen?
For you is more than spiritual.
Interior, Cathedral of the Capuchins. Ambrosio sits in the confession booth, listens to a rich lady. I was jealous
This
towards
guy's
the friend.
so hot.
In what way?
Her husband bought her a necklace of considerable beauty and value. She waits.
Is that all?
Oh my god, this
She feels the
dress.
pressure to entertain Ambrosio. I have had impure thoughts. Ambrosio says Matilda is going down on Ambrosio.
We saw
He
that.
doesn't look at her.
Would you care to explain what that means, my dear? For the benefit of Marissa here.
She's such
I know what oral sex is.
Voiceover. God, the Father of mercies,
For the death and resurrection of his Son has reconciled the world to himself and sent the Holy Spirit amongst us for the forgiveness of sins. For the ministry of the church, may God give you pardon and peace, and I absolve you of your sins. In the name of the Father, and of the Son.
Why are you actually doing that? He's not actually a father. You don't have to.
He climaxes an amen.
Nice.
Let's hear it.
Oh.
Bigger.
We are experiencing technical difficulties.
Well, I need a cigarette. Back in 10?
Hey, Bravo, take 5.
No. What did I just see? What was that? What was that? I can't click on that. Who is that?
Boss Marissa? You are.
You're conservative slut, Carlo.
If I was queer, you'd think I was a hero for that.
But you're not queer.
Okay, I'm gonna be happy when Douglas comes back and we can all pick on him for being a dinosaur.
Douglas gets a pass because he's an icon. To Douglas.
There he is.
It's okay, Carl. You can be queer. You're hot. It's okay. You're allowed. I'm a puzzle solver. I know that's important. Ooh, whoa, wow.
Is it against the rules to make love to a suspect?
Oh, that's the sound cue for something happening backwards.
It was R.
Okay, I'm going backwards now. What is that? How do I get that? How do I... Oh. My God. What the fuck?
She tries to rush past, but Maria's on her. Isabella turns and swims for the other side of the pool. Maria dives in and slices through the water like a bullet. Maria puts on the pressure, strangling her with her bare hands. Isabella's too weak to fight her off. Isabella's arms drop. Her eyes widen, a moment of clarity before her death.
You.
Do you hear that rumbling? If you don't, there's a
water.
rumbling, and
Maria's
that's how I know
baptized.
there's a backwards scene, but we'll get there in a minute.
Ready to be reborn. She moves slowly. Sacred water sinks
underwater and swims away. When she resurfaces in the shallow end, the blood from her crimes has been washed away.
I've had a lot of time to think. I regret how I acted.
I don't understand how you're here. You're not here.
It's different. Amy did it.
I'm trying to block this out.
Amy's still here.
There we go. Okay. Puzzle-wise and mechanic-wise, I'm really intrigued. I like the way that it's going, and I like what's happening. I'm really interested to see what happens next. A game that can hold my attention in that way, especially a puzzle game that is non-linear, is very important. I'll talk more about this in the review, but these are my pre-review thoughts. I like it. I'm gonna keep going. I'll come back with a review and thoughts. Thanks. Immortality is more than it seems on the surface, but without marketing itself as some deep introspective sleuth quest. It has secrets and mysteries, but these are discovered more naturally during the course of the game. It also allows itself to be surface level if the player wants it to be. Much like the game Harvester, which is another live-action sort of horror game, there are terrifying elements to it, but as a whole, the mystery can remain one if the player chooses it to be. The "why am I doing this? What's happening? What's the point?" element of the game can be left up to the player's desire. However, something that I critique every game for this channel on is, what is my motivation for playing this game? And the more that I do this, the more that I have to ask that question. With horror, it's not allowed to just be because it's scary. Something that I love about the newer Resident Evil games, especially 7 and 8, is that they are so story-driven. It's not just, scary zombies, ah! It's, I am thrown into a situation beyond my control, and my options are survival or death. I choose to try and survive. In Immortality, it's not clear why we're doing this, or that it's even inherently scary. We're simply there, doing this. Even if this is a first-person game where we are the character in the game who is performing the actions, it could be second-person from the game's perspective, where the game is referring to you, the player. Hey, you're doing this because you're interested in the life of the actor and joined a preservation guild. Something. Give me something. This game is good. I'm doing this because I want to, for this video. But what's the motivation for somebody else to play this? There are some beautiful monologues in this game. Things that really make you think about what life truly is, or who might actually be in the world behind the curtain that we see as humans. And there's something truly magical about that. Are they talking to me as the player of the game? To the camera in general? Or to me, Witless P, the person? It's so intriguing. While I don't know if I'll sit down and keep playing this, since it's kind of slow moving and I have more to play and it's not really gripping me the way that I thought it would, I enjoy real life games, especially horror. Horror was made to have real life elements to it. The reason that Harvester is so scary is because of that. But this game is charming. I give it that. I really enjoyed the characterizations, I really enjoyed the acting, and I recommend playing it. I'm glad I played it. My controversial rating is 6 acting awards out of 10. There's not a lot of puzzle mechanics to figure out, at least within what I played, but it's a really engaging narrative. Give it a try.
We tried to elevate humanity by telling them the greatest story. How much of it do I remember? Actually remember? How much has been eroded by the retelling? I remember the pain. Well, the performance of it. If what you fear the most is death and pain, we wanted to create the purest image of that.
Killer Frequency is a game developed and published by Team 17 Games. You'll know them as the publisher for Dredge, but unlike Dredge, this game was developed by them as well. In Killer Frequency, you play the radio DJ in a small town trying to pretend like his career isn't going down the drain, when a killer brings that very same small town into the limelight. Will you survive the night? Will I? Let's find out. Welcome to Killer Frequency. This is a game by Team 17. It's about a radio host whose callers are being stalked by a killer. It sounds incredible, and it's a puzzle game, and it reminds me so much, just in terms of theme and puzzle and radio, of the demo I did for Things Too Ugly, which releases early next year. I'm excited to play that. We'll come back to that game at some point. I'm very excited. I've been waiting for it. Anyway, we're going to jump into this one because it has very good reviews and only like 3,000 of them, which in the world of gaming is not that many, and I really think good games deserve people to know about them. So here we go. Good loading screen. Movement. WASD. Pick up objects with grab. Swap between objects. Oh, swap objects between hands. Throw objects, drop objects. Or place when in a valid location. Throw. I can only throw with the right hand and drop with the right hand, otherwise it's just being held. Got it. Field of vision, that might be helpful. Ooh, it's more fish-eyed. I don't know if I like that more or less. It's fine for now. Press E to begin inspecting. Got it. Oh, handsome. Throw the mug at him. Oh.
You hear something, Peggy?
Huh? Hear what?
I thought I heard someone yelling, or, I don't know, a howl.
Forrest, is this a joke?
No, I almost swore I heard something.
Oh, and here I was thinking you'd finally started to ease up. You probably just heard some cats outside.
Cats?
You know, 4 legs, whiskers, tails, not dogs.
I know what a cat is, but I mean, does Gallows Creek have a stray cat problem or something?
Not since the rats moved in.
Tell me what I heard,
Anyway,
Peggy.
you ready to do the pre-flight checks?
Seriously? Do we have to do these checks every time? And do you have to call them that?
Reggie pays us to check the equipment before each show, and he pays us to call it a pre-flight check. But if you're sure you don't want to...
All right, fine. Let's get through this.
Alrighty, this is your captain speaking.
Really?
Come on, let's have a bit of fun with it for once. Buckle in, folks. We're about to hit some tubular rents. Let's start with record playing.
Okay. Grab a record, stick it on the player, and hit play. Easy.
Oh.
Forrest, you need to grab a record and stick it on the turntable.
Got it.
Great. Now turn it off. All right, up next, phone line buttons. Your captain will be waiting to take your call on line 1.
I don't know how to put them back, but that's fine.
All right, Peggy. Ready for you on line 1.
Who's Peggy? This is Captain Donald Key calling. Call me Don. You get it?
Yeah, it's a riot.
Great, and button 2 works just the same. So, let's move to the Peggy button.
You mean the producer line?
Like I said, the Peggy button. Press it when you need my help during the show.
Is there a Peggy mute button?
They haven't invented it yet. Now come on. The Peggy button is the 3rd one on the phone line. I labeled it for you.
Press for Peggy.
This is your brain, Forrest. Sorry I made you such an unfun turkey.
I'm a turkey now, am I? Okay. Are we almost done?
Sound blaster next.
That's an easy one. There we go. Always good for a cheap laugh.
All right, we're almost done. Just the volume sliders left. These should let you affect pretty much everything. But let's test it with a record. Play a record and change the volume with the music slider. Sliders should be right in front of you, like directly in front.
All right. Seems to be all working. We done, Captain?
We sure are. Coming in for landing. Local time?
Should not encourage you.
I knew you had a fun side.
It's my fun side that gets me in trouble.
Now, let's get the show started. After your introduction, our first segment is Guess That Scream.
I thought that was a joke.
Nope, and don't blame me for this one. It's Reggie all the way, and he demands we do it tonight. Okay, you're live in 3, 2...
189.16.
Good evening, Gallows Creek. This is your host, Forrest Nash, and you're listening to 189.16, The Scream. Before we start taking your calls tonight on Gallows Creek's only late-night phone-in talk show, I need to let you know about a special competition we have for you this evening. Guess That Scream.
This is actually one of the station manager's better ideas.
Here's how it works. I'm gonna play you a scream, then you call and guess that scream. We need you to guess why they're screaming. Did they stub their toe, saw off a finger, or discover the corpse of a loved one?
That's good. Now, Forrest, hit them with the tape.
We'll play that scream in just a second. Listen close, and then call in to guess that scream. Peggy, what do you mean, play the tape? I used to have a tape guy do that for me.
You're not in Chicago anymore, Forrest. Here in Gallows Creek, you get to be your own tape guy. Come on, I gave it to you yesterday. Forrest, you do have the tape right. You knew we were doing this tonight.
Peggy, let's be real. Guess that scream is a terrible idea. No, I don't have the tape.
It may be a stupid idea, but that doesn't mean it can't be fun. We're going to need a scream tonight, Forrest, and you're the one at the mic, so...
The world-famous annual gala...
Really, Peggy? You want me to scream? You know this show depends on my golden voice, right?
Come on, Forrest, just do it. That's enough dead air already. Just think of a scream and let it rip.
Oh, God. Sorry about that. I'm back. Had to step away there for a second. Listen close, and then call in to guess that scream. Well, folks, there you have it. Call in with your guesses, and if you get it right, you could win 2 tickets to the amazing Maze and 1 free fried dough. Fried dough? Just call in at 555-239-KFAM with your guess. Now, here's some music while you get dialing. Time to go on the journey that is Blast Processor with their hit song 1980X.
Oh, God, Forrest, that was amazing.
Thanks.
I can't wait to hear what people think that was.
How the hell did I get into this mess?
Lighten up, Forrest. That's gonna be the highlight of my week.
Sound design is excellent.
Oh, Forrest, there's a call coming in. Okay, Forrest, shut the music off.
Welcome to 189.16, The Scream. Caller, you're talking to Forrest Nash. What's going on with you tonight?
Forrest, thank God I made it through. My name is Leslie Harper. I'm the 911 operator and police dispatcher for Gallows Creek.
Welcome to the show, Leslie. Are you calling in to guess that scream? As a 911 operator, I bet you may have an educated guess.
What? No! Look, I found a body and I need your help.
911 is calling me to report a body. Interesting setup. All right, I'll bite. What's the punchline then?
Forrest, I recognize her voice. I'm pretty sure that actually is our 911 operator. I think this is real.
Peggy, I'm not gonna be happy if this is a prank. I don't do prank segments on my shows. It's in my contract.
Forrest, I really don't think this is a prank.
Leslie, if you're telling the truth, you should report this to the sheriff. What was his name? Sheriff Andrews or whatever?
I'm at the sheriff's office right now.
Wait, what?
Sheriff Matthews is dead.
What? Sheriff Matthews is dead?
I couldn't get any response from the department. That's never happened before, so I came to the station and I found him.
Oh, God, poor Sheriff Matthews. Do you know what happened to him?
Someone got him. Someone got up very close and I really don't want to say what they did to him.
Did he fight back?
I don't know. I think he tried. He's surrounded by bullet casings. I think he tried to shoot at whoever it was, but...
Well, is anyone else at the station? Anyone who can help you? Or who might be responsible?
No, I checked everywhere. Deputy
Rest in
Martinez is
peace.
here, but she's knocked out, tied up, and locked in a holding cell. I called you right after I found her.
God. Wait. Please don't tell me that this hick town only has 2 cops.
Don't be ridiculous. We have 3, but Officer Gunderson is on leave in Cancun.
Leslie, do you have any idea who could have done this?
Not a clue. I didn't see anything on my way over.
Leslie, you need to call over to Henderson or Quiet Ridge. They need to send someone over from their department.
I tried, but I can't call anything but local numbers. Something's wrong. I'll have to go there myself, let them know what's going on, and bring help back with me.
But if you leave while there's a murderer on the loose, who's gonna man the emergency line?
That's why I called. Forrest, I've routed all 911 calls to come in to you.
You can count on me. I'll do what I can.
Thank you, Forrest. You're the only person with experience manning a phone line around here. You're the only person equipped for the job. Besides, there are lots of transferable skills between the two.
I love this setup. I love this setup. I love this setup.
You ask questions to get information you can use. Keep people talking, you know? Guide the conversation and know when to jump in.
You do know that I'm so good at interviews, they sent me from Chicago to Gallows Creek, right?
So I've heard. But that doesn't matter. And besides, there are 2 of you. You can talk to each other, discuss ideas, work together. Hell, let's have some on-the-job training right now. I have an emergency. I need to get an unconscious Deputy Martinez out of that holding cell. It looks like whoever attacked her threw the keys into the cell after they locked the door.
Is there any way you can reach the keys?
No. There aren't any bars to the cell, and the door itself only has a food tray slot. And that's too narrow for me to reach through.
There's gotta be another way in.
Is there another way into the holding cell that you can see?
It wouldn't be much of a holding cell if it had a back door.
Any chance you could break down the door?
It's a holding cell, Forrest. These doors aren't budging for anybody.
There's got to be another set of keys somewhere in that office. Those can't be the only ones.
Of course. Yes, there must be another set.
Where might another set be?
Maybe Sheriff Matthews had a set of keys on him when he, you know.
I couldn't see any at a glance, but I didn't really look up close. 1 second.
I don't know.
Sorry, Sheriff.
I don't know where the police station is.
I'm just gonna turn you over and... Oh. Please don't stare at me. Oh, wait. That might be them. I think I got the cell keys.
Looks like Sheriff Matthews might have saved his deputy. Do the keys work?
They do.
This is
Give me
amazing.
a minute to untie Deputy Martinez. I'll be right back.
So far, so good, I suppose. How are you feeling, Forrest?
Yeah, that seemed to go okay. Maybe Leslie was right. Maybe we can handle this 911 business.
That's the spirit, Forrest. I think you're right. Though, I have to say, I really hope this is the only call like this we get.
Same.
Come on, Martinez. There we go.
There's the radio station. There's the coffee shop.
Gonna sit you in your office
This is
chair.
the alley that the person was in the beginning of the beginning of this.
I'm back. Deputy
Gallows
Martinez is
Simpsons?
still out
No.
cold. I'm taking her in the car with me to get help in Henderson. If the killer came back now, Martinez would be a sitting duck.
That makes sense to me.
That's a good idea. We don't want to take any risk right now.
Thank you, Forrest. You and Peggy just worked together like you did earlier. You can do this. Now I'll be back as soon as I... What? My car! My car is on fire!
What do you mean it's on fire?
How the hell? Did it just go up in smoke? What happened?
Where?
What? No way. This can't. Oh, Forrest, we have big trouble.
What's happening? What's that noise? It sounds like whistling?
Whistling? It can't be.
Oh my god. I can see him, but he's dead, right?
Where is this police office?
Mask. How the hell is he?
Who, Leslie? Who?
The Whistling Man.
The Whistling Man? Who's the Whistling Man?
He was a serial killer back in the 50s. Wore that mask.
Oh, there it is.
Dead. He's... What the hell?
Oh, God. Do you think
This is no longer relevant.
he attacked Sheriff Matthews and Deputy Martinez?
He's coming this way.
Stay inside and lock the doors.
Right.
Forrest, come on. You need to focus.
Shit, we need a new plan. My car's torched. We need to think.
There should be police cruisers at the sheriff's office, right? Like, you should take one of those.
Yeah, that could work. Let me check if Martinez has any... just reach into your pocket there, Deputy, and... Yes, got him. Keys for squad car 3. I saw that parked out front when I got here.
Nice one, Forrest. Good thinking.
But wait. How am I supposed to get us to the car? The Whistling Man is right there.
The sheriff must have a gun, right? Can you see it?
There was a gun next to him. Let me grab it. Shit. It's empty.
He must have emptied it trying to defend himself.
Oh, I don't like that opens.
There must be a weapon lockup in the station, right? Could you grab something from there?
I saw it earlier, but as you might have guessed, it was locked. But maybe one of these keys I got earlier will help. Let me see. No! Shit! None of the keys work.
Are there any other weapons lying around that you could use?
I didn't see anything earlier. Let me check Deputy Martinez's belt. All right. It looks like the Whistling Man left her with a baton, pepper spray, and taser. I can only hold one if I'm carrying Deputy Martinez. Which should I take?
I would say...
I mean, it's gotta be the taser, right?
Got it. I'm just going to grab Deputy Martinez, then... Wait. Do you hear that?
No, I can't hear anything.
Exactly. It's gone quiet. No more knocking.
Be careful. I don't like it.
Me neither. But it's an opening, and I've got to take it. Okay. Deputy Martinez, if you can hear me, it's time to move.
Playing this in headphones is wild.
Just lean on me. Yep. There you go.
Are you sure about this, Leslie?
No time like the present, right? So, here we go. Again, you're hooked into dispatch now, so I should be able to radio you when I reach the car. If I reach it. Speak to you soon.
Good luck, Leslie.
That's one brave woman. God, I hope she makes it through this.
You know, I've got to say, this really wasn't what I expected when I came into work today.
Well, they always say you have to be ready for everything in live radio.
I love this game so far.
Oh, I think we've got Leslie back on the line. I'm putting the call through.
Hello? Forrest? Peggy? This is Leslie. Are you there? Over.
We're here, Leslie. So I guess you made it to the car then. Over?
Sorry about the CB chat. Old habit. But yes, we made it to the car. Deputy Martinez is in the passenger seat, still out cold. I don't see the Whistling Man anywhere, and I don't plan to wait for him. So I'm going to
Leslie, what's happening?
The whistling! No! Get off her, you son of a bitch! Yeah, take that!
Leslie, what are you waiting for? Get out of there!
Don't worry, Deputy Martinez. We're out of here.
Sounds like you handled that pretty well.
Forrest, that taser, definitely the right call.
Heck yeah, heck yeah, heck yeah,
Oh my
heck yeah,
God,
heck
I can't
yeah.
believe we escaped.
Well done, Leslie. You saved a life. Just another day for you.
Oh my God, yeah. But let me tell you, I prefer doing it from your side of the phone.
Leslie, how long do you think it's going to take to get help?
Gallows Creek isn't nowheresville, but it's pretty damn close. It's going to take a while, maybe 2-3 hours each way. Slightly less if I put my foot down.
We'll do our best to keep everyone safe until then.
Thank you. Just do what you did just now, and Gallows Creek is going to be okay. Anyway, once I'm in... Oh, I think Deputy Martinez is starting to stir. Forrest, Peggy, I've got to go. I'll be out of range soon, but I'll radio back as soon as I can once I got the cavalry.
Try not to crash. We need you back in one piece.
Good luck, Leslie. Feel better soon, Deputy Martinez.
Oh, I got.
Folks, you heard it here.
Deputy
We've
Martinez
got a
survived the
killer on
whistling man.
streets of Gallows Creek tonight. Please make sure to stay safe. And Leslie, we're counting on you. We're gonna get back to the show meanwhile. If you have anything on your mind or have any information about this Whistling Man character, then give us a call.
Use a screwdriver as a key. If that fails, remove the steering wheel column cover, check the serial number, then strip and twist the following wires together. If there's a 4 before a 3 and a number 7 in the number, do not touch the purple wire. Now strip the purple wire. Do not touch it. Brush the purple wire against the twisted wires from step 3. Do not cut the other pink wires. This will trigger alarm.
Oh, real quick, before I forget, it's probably time we played a paid ad.
Now, a word from our sponsors.
You know how to play an ad, right?
Nope.
In-flight check time.
Christ.
Our captain would like to remind you that the station is required by law to play advertisements from our sponsors. Grab a cassette and stick it in the player.
Done.
Do you seek ancient wisdom? Do you want to double your power? Are you ready to unlock your inner warrior for only $24.99? Then step into Master Robbie's deadly dojo of Kung Ra-Te and receive direct by video warrior instruction from me, Master Robbie. You will learn the 4 qualities of an ultimate conqueror. The power of the alligator, the discipline of the tarantula, the speed of the tuna, the poise of the scorpion, and the wisdom of the bullfrog. Using classified techniques, I'll unlock your inner chi after only 5 30-minute video sessions. Ultimate power and wisdom can be yours now for the low, low price of only $24.99. Just call 555-7861 USA to take your first step to becoming a champion. Never forget the element of surprise! If you buy today, you'll receive 2 additional VHS tapes. The Tornado Technique and Karate Lovemaking. Call today!
Do people really buy this kind of thing?
Don't pretend like you're not interested.
I mean, I wouldn't buy them, but I might watch them, I guess.
Yeah, I bet karate lovemaking sure is something. Is Forrest Nash at a loss for words?
Let's just get to the show. Wow, what a deal. Only $24.99. And I'm not just saying that because they're paying for the airtime.
But unless they pay us more, then it's time to get the show moving along with our next caller. Anyway, I hope the killer is done for the night, and that Leslie gets back soon.
Me too. Can we at least call off that stupid Guess the Scream contest now?
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it there, and we'll talk in my review. But boy howdy, I will continue playing this.
Caller on line 1.
Boy howdy. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my absolute gosh. What a game already. What a game already. Okay, here's the review. I don't understand how more people don't know about Killer Frequency. It's one of those games that thrills you down to the bone. It's exhilarating to play. The whole time I was playing it, I took every opportunity to make sure I was doing it right and well. I kept going for walks into the hallway even when I needed to answer the phone, knowing the game wouldn't progress without me, to just look for some sort of answer to a puzzle that I didn't even have yet. I just wanted everything to go well. I didn't want anybody to get hurt. What I also love about this game is that it starts with this sequence of running through an alley and then all of a sudden we're a different character for the rest of the game. It's silly and a cool switch up. Not really knowing what this game was about going into it, it was a cool transition. Those twists and turns can be lost when you know too much about a game going in. It's why I try and go in as neutral and unknowing to a game as possible, and why the intro was recorded after I had played it. I also liked the music. I liked the songs available, and I liked that they then continued to be talked about as if they were real. I mean, they are real, you can listen to them. I liked that there were songs you could find in the game, even though I didn't find any in my playthrough, and I liked that I wanted to keep playing it, and even played it longer than I intended for this video. That's the sign of a good game. I'm also a sucker for like a sit at the console and figure it out puzzler, like the demo for Things Too Ugly I played in an earlier video. Unlike that one though, we have this one mixed with the ability to walk around and uncover stuff. That was a really cool engagement for me. A couple of things that I think could have helped this game a bit more were a clock in the office somewhere showing the progression of time in the game as we went through the night. It would just be good to know that things are progressing. I mean, I know the game is very scripted, but things like a clock would just immerse me more. I also think that the throwing was jank, if I can just be honest. I kept making baskets, sure, but sometimes, okay, it would be so far off, and I know that I threw the paper perfectly from the desk. Okay, devs? Don't ever make a basketball game, okay, devs? At the end of the day, I have to recommend this game. This absolutely gets the Witless recommendation for Scary Puzzler. It plays like a thriller movie, it's wonderful, and a 9 out of 10 principles for puzzler elements and spooky moments that make you feel like you only have limited time to know the answer. I'm certain that this game gets more challenging into the night, and you do only have a certain amount of time per answer. And I love that. I know I'll finish this at some point, and I recommend that you do too. REVEIL is a game made by Pixelsplit and published by Daedalic Entertainment. It's also a game where you don't really know how to pronounce it. I, during the course of this, call it REVEIL and REVEIL, and I think that all three of those words could be correct here. Réveil in French means to awaken, as if by a dream. I'm obviously recording this after, so let's go and see what happens in this wonderful game, REVEIL. Welcome to REVEIL or REVEIL. This is... I'm going in completely blind to this. I'm actually recording gameplay before I do the introduction, so I literally don't know what this is about. Okay, here we are. I chose slot 3. I always do when given the chance. This is REVEIL. I like REVEIL. I know that that's probably not it, and it's also like relive. It's the same letters. Veiler. Liver. No, that's live. Lavier. It's horror. I know there's puzzles, or I wouldn't be playing it, but I don't know what kind. Ah, God, yes. A slow camera pan. Oh, I love that. That's so nice. Okay. I can deal with this. I can deal with this. Hehehe. Sprint is shift. Hold on. Sprint is shift. It wouldn't let me sprint, but that is what it is. Whoa. Oh, the sound design is so good. I love haunted roller coasters. Yo, pills. Yo, ballerina.
Oh. Wow, what a strange dream. My head hurts. I need to get this headache under control. Well, these usually help. I should take a couple. This should do it. Maybe Martha and Dory are still up.
Okay, let's inspect a little bit, huh? We live in what seems to be a studio apartment. I can't really call it a one-bedroom just because the bedroom, while it is kind of separated, has... Oh, cool. Has no real separation, not even like a curtain. Let's see, we have...
I wish we could find the time and money to travel.
Okay. Sunny greetings from Tampa, Florida. Vacationing in Tampa. It's really sunny. It's pretty good here. We'll stay a little longer. Hope you're doing well. Hello. PSA, hello to Walter for me. Henry. Martha Thompson. Oh, Martha. Okay, Martha's somebody.
I can't see a thing. What time is it?
Great question. You're asking the good questions, Walt. Can I call you Walt? You know what? Walt should be short for Waltz, and Walter shouldn't be your name. Your name is Walt now. Waltz. With a Z. Oh, fun.
The figurine is missing. I need to put the figurine in first.
See, it's a puzzle game, everyone. You all doubted me. All of
This
you.
was part of the old music box.
How dare any of you doubt me that this is a puzzle game? Look, I put a figurine in, a key is coming
there's the
out.
key. Why was it in here?
Bedroom key? Is that not the bedroom? I want to slam it. I want to slam. Nope. That's making me ill. I'll stop. Oh, is it the key to get out of your own bedroom?
I should look for Martha and Dory.
Oh, this is one bedroom in a bigger house? Okay, everyone. Tell me that this, with its own kitchen... Oh, I thought that was a stove. With its own laundry, with its own table, with its own reading nook, with its own living room, with its own kitchen, which isn't a kitchen. Tell me that you also didn't think that this was just a studio apartment. I know that it's show hints with H. Thank you.
What was that? An earthquake?
Elephant. They never forget, you know.
Someone
Also,
left the record player on.
can we talk about, like... This is a house, I'm assuming. Why that as the hallway choice? It's not attractive to have long, scary hallways. Okay, so Dory is your child and Martha is your wife, girlfriend, sister? Hello, Dory. I went with my family to the Grand Canyon. It was great. Come visit me soon, Mary. Youngstown, Ohio. That's a real place. I think. Sounds like a real place. Okay, so I'm not telling you how to parent, but if you're not prioritizing your child's education because you want to expose her to the circus world, and she's a child, so I'm assuming that you're not paying her, that's not the best. Just a thought. But hey, everyone has their strengths and their weaknesses. 600? I don't know what that means. Short, long. I feel like this is a puzzle, but I'm also maybe reading too much into this game already. I think it's interesting that I can open and close drawers and cabinets, even if there's nothing in there. I like that. Whoa. I don't know why this one's doing that. Do you see that? I don't know if you see that. It's like phasing. None of the other papers have done that, so that's why it was strange. I wondered if it was on
I took it
purpose
home
or
from
not.
the circus. It's old, but I'm fond of it. I need a coin to put in here.
Why is this taped up, Dory? What are you keeping in there, Dory?
Looks like a map.
Daddy, solve the puzzle. Wait. Should I? I took a screenshot of it.
Dory's drawing book. It's locked. I need to search for the key. Why did she lock this? I think it's supposed to look creepy, but Dory and I love clowns.
It doesn't look creepy at all. I love this. I want it. How do I own it? Hey, REVEIL people, make this in real life. I want it.
Open his mouth first. He's missing some teeth. Tori loves these, so I made one for her.
You made this? My dude, that's cool.
I think this coin was for the old machine.
Cool. Well, now it's going in the new machine. The new old machine.
This should work.
Was I supposed to pull that out beforehand? Can I do it again? Oh, I can just do it again. I had no idea I was supposed to pull that, so I'm really glad they put in the dev exit of being able to just do it again for free. Thanks. Green, green, green. Just like I planned. Green first, baby.
My favorite color.
Oh, I love that. I wonder if he would say that to anything. Okay, I know this is gonna control really badly. Let's do it anyway.
A bunch of plastic teeth.
Complete the marble labyrinth. I did it, baby. I love this thing. Wow, it's really snapped
That
shut.
giraffe is a key. How clever.
Pretty easy puzzles so far, if I'm honest. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Normal pictures. Nothing strange here. Oh. We're done looking at that now. Oh, Waltz. Does this mean that you're in a hell of your own making? Is that what's going on here?
Tori and I come out here all the time.
Mommy! Daddy! I found a really, really big fly.
Sweetie, that's called a dragonfly.
Oh, be careful. They can breathe fire.
Don't be silly, Walter. You'll scare her.
Oh, Martha. That's not gonna scare her. She works in a circus.
Dory, what are you doing out here?
Oh, witch's totems. Great.
Yeah, I prefer not knowing my future.
Slight chuckle.
Oh, that's Agatha's card. She's good friends with Martha.
Oh, is she? Peculiar. What kind of good friend? This kind, huh? Mommy, Daddy, look! It's some sort of big fly! Sweetie, that's a butterfly. Yeah, and if you look at them, they make butter. Blah, 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 blah. Walter, don't say that. She'll eat it.
There's the train we use to travel.
It's genuinely...
Nowadays, the circus just stays here.
It's genuinely a really good game so far, but I am gonna make fun of the script a little bit. That's so funny. What's really weird with linear puzzle horror game, like whatever this is, I don't know if it's horror, I think it's horror, is when it's things like that, right, where it's like, oh, you'll never catch me and stuff. It's like, obviously you want me to go that way, but...
This always breaks down, no matter what I do.
But like... oh, okay, so I don't know. I was watching a video by,
Oh, that ghost train really freaks me out. Oh, it scares the shit out of me.
This guy from the intro. Very cool. Anyway, what I was saying was, I was watching a video by fellow hyena lover Cheesy Yeen on YouTube. Big recommendation if you like video essays. And
Out of order.
I had a piece from earlier that I took for a game. Is it this one? No, I guess not. Well, we'll try and fix it later.
I wonder if I still got it.
Well, do you? Guess we'll never know. Where it's like scripted events versus events that could happen. And I'm not saying that there's anything that's like, oh, something should have happened by now, blah, blah, blah. I know that the game is setting up the horror elements that will come later. But what I am saying is like, oh, cool. What I am saying is that like when I'm in an area like this where it feels like, oh, I can only go one direction and it's following the daughter, it makes me want to do something else. Do I have any other option? And if I don't, then I know that I can't die because of the plot armor of being the main character in a game and needing to survive long enough for the game to happen. If that makes sense. What do you do, Walt? Are you the strong man? Are you some sort of...
Dory tries to catch up on some homework, but usually not for long.
Are you some sort of ghoul?
Why did somebody wrap this up?
I don't know. Unwrap it then. Look, here's scissors. Let's cut it open. No? Oh. 1 routes to 4. 4 routes to 7. 7 routes to 2, routes to 5. Routes to 3.
Got it.
I am Sohan. I can see your future.
Yo.
See it too. I just need a token of appreciation.
Okay, I get it. There must have been, again, linear, right? So there must have been something had I actually followed the daughter where it was like, I can't follow her because I need the power to be on. And then I would have had to go on and turn the power on anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like... I like the game so far. I like the sound design. I like how intriguing it is as a plot because he thinks he's dreaming, but is he dreaming? And that's the big question. I like the subtle hints to the fact that there's more going on, and I'm sure that I'll talk about that at some point in my review, but it is charming. There's definitely a charm so far. It makes me want to keep playing. This guy's great. Oh boy, I love you. Oh my god. By the way, I love clowns, so clown horror doesn't get me like it does other people, because I'm always just like, I love clowns, so... There was a cash register that I didn't see.
I think this should be enough for a few rounds.
Many coins added to inventory. They knew what they were doing. I want Zohan to give me a reading then. Come on, Zohan. Voice.
The great Zohan sees you have lost something. If you want to find it, you must search for it. A long drive over the hill will surely be of help. When you arrive, all doors will be open to you.
Oh wow, that's really helpful, Zohan. Well, let's see what the future has in store for me. Maybe it helps to believe in it.
Yeah, I prefer not knowing my future.
I wonder if the more you lose, the easier it gets. Like, these are just all blank now. It's just like, oh, you stink? Oh, you're not good? We'll make sure that we make it easy for you to progress into the rest of the game. Funhouse coins removed. Oh, Funhouse coin removed from inventory. Got it.
The turnstile should move now.
How did Dory get in here? Well, did she just have a coin? Yo, it's like the clown is eating you. I love that. I didn't know the game was about a circus, by the way. No idea. Had no idea. Yo, there's the uvula. Welcome to the fun house.
Dory always drags me through here. I think she just really likes to scare me.
Why, is it scary? Not scary so far. Jump scares like that. Jump scares scare me. It's like I called it out. I knew it was gonna happen. But clowns don't scare me, if that makes sense. So if I scream, it's not because of the clown. I want to be very clear. What? Oh, I don't like this. Okay. Eyeball Lady, alive. Spin Doctor, alive. Master of Escape, alive. Jump scare moment. No. Cool. Oh, it's so Evil Within 2 right now. I love the Evil Within 2. One of my favorite games.
Please wait, Dory.
That means something scary. Or that means that I'm just trapped because there's no way out. Mr. Obama, I'm stuck. Oh.
A train? A Dory's train. I don't remember putting a motor in you.
Oh, is it like a specific path I meant to follow to get out? Got it.
It's not your future you seek. Maybe the path before you can lead you to your past. Will you follow, even if it means certain doom for you? Again, go and seek the truth.
Oh, I must be dreaming. I don't understand any of this. Please, let me wake up.
Escape the fun house. It's called the not so fun house. Oh. And right there is a perfect place to pause and head into my review. This is fun. I can definitely understand why it was recommended, or that I decided, I don't remember which, to do it for this channel, for the Halloween episode. It's very much a puzzle game. There are puzzles. It's not, I mean, there's a lot of linear moments. But at the end of the day, there are a lot of puzzles, things that you have to solve to move forward. Very escape roomy. But I'll talk about it. Thanks, Pixelsplit. This is cool. I'm gonna keep playing on my own, and I will, see you in the review. So we've determined that he's in a dream. That's about as far as we've gotten, and even then, we don't know for sure. I don't know what that says. We just went through a fun house, and we got out of the fun house, and this is where we ended up, so just a fun little, like, room. Okay, so we're in a time loop. Time loop.
Searching for Dory? No.
Pardon my American, but I'm going to call it REVEIL. REVEIL is a game that makes you want to keep playing it. Well, what do I mean by this? The pacing is incredible. That's the first thing that you notice in this game. I poked fun at some of the writing, I admit, and I loved poking fun at the writing, but when this game started to shine, it shined hard. The constantly changing landscapes and situations to all lead back into the house again, and Waltzy waking up from his dream or nightmare to be thrust into another one was so intriguing. My partner, who was there when I was rolling the B-roll and when I also found out that this was turning into a wake-up from a dream simulator, asked if it was similar to PT. To answer here, I don't think so, because PT was meant to loop in a way that made you unsure if it would ever end. And be it the optimist in me, or maybe a believer in looping dreams for the reason of learning, but going from location to location as Walter pieces together the pieces of his life and memory to figure out exactly what happened with his family, and then wakes up to enter into a new part of the house or a new sequence of locations from his life, it felt more hopeful. Sure, there's still the fear that he'll just keep waking up even if he has a good dream, but the hope is there, since it is guided by him revisiting places that he holds dear. Which is more messed up. The other way it keeps you playing the game is through the excellent puzzles. One puzzle, which you're probably watching in the B-roll here, the real B-roll, is me going through and learning how to read Cistercian numerals, which was such a joy. Any game that also teaches me, a joy. Excellent. To this day, I know how to read Roman numerals perfectly, thanks to Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, a skill which I will continue to use for the rest of my life. And now I know about Cistercian ciphers. I will probably really dig continuing to use them within puzzles of my own life. REVEIL's sound design is excellent. I get so frustrated as a sound designer and composer and musician because I always feel like they don't go hard enough, deep enough, immersive enough. REVEIL's sound designer and composer did an excellent job pacing music hits and sound cues to make it feel immersive and almost like a horror movie, but not in a cheesy way. The music, when there, was well done, and I enjoyed having to run over to turn off the record just in case. Thanks, YouTube. I also think there's something to be said about linear storytelling and still making it scary. Something I was talking about briefly before my ADHD got the better of me was discussing Cheesy Yeen's videos and how he was playing through Indigo Park and was talking about a cool atmosphere, but because there's no chase sequences and everything feels scripted, that there are less stakes. As if it heard me, it added in the Monster Demon Martha section, which had you have to move quietly, and I even got an achievement for not provoking her, which is fun. I still think, though, that due to the puzzle nature of this story-driven game, sorry The Witness, sorry Talos Principle, there isn't an open-world feeling where I can choose where to go next. That has merits, and it also has issues. The Funhouse had jump scares, which got me, but there was no feeling of being chased because nothing was chasing me. Martha's section was cool because there was a monster, but it didn't become a threat in the real world, quote unquote, until it decided to get you as a jump scare that just led into the next cycle. Now, I love this looping, and I love linear horror, and I'm not complaining about it. I just wonder, since I was maybe only 30% of the way through achievements, I don't know how far into the game that is, what the rest of the game brings in terms of horror elements. Does it stay fresh throughout, or does it lose luster? At the end of the day, I leave you to go discover the secrets of REVEIL on your own. Will Walter ever wake up from his dream? Will he find his family? I know that I'll continue playing it after the year and my next 3 videos come out. Darn you, time crunch! And I will beat it. But as it stands right now for this video, it gets a Witless recommended for storytelling and inviting gameplay that keeps you entertained, and a 7 out of 10 principles for the puzzle mechanics insofar of what I saw in the first part of the game. Definitely check this one out if you like horror. Scratches is a game that you can't play. Not because it's too scary, although it is, but because it's literally not purchasable on the Steam store. If you find it somewhere, excellent. The only way that I could play it was because my partner happened to have it and we have Steam family sharing. So this is my review and playthrough of maybe the first hour of Scratches, and then a recommendation on a video of a longer playthrough and review if you really can't play this. But at the top, let me spoil this and say, it is a phenomenal game, and I really hope that someday you can play this. Let's jump into it. Something that I like in puzzle games that's not usually done, at least outside of horror games, is long intro sequences of music and like lore setting or world setting. In a lot of the games, especially for the other video that I'm concurrently working on for this channel, it's just kind of like an, oh, this is clearly happening, jump into the game, now deal with it, and then I have nothing to talk about. With this, there's so much happening, and it feels like I have so much to talk about within it, like who were in those photos, what's going on.
I arrived at Blackwood Manor one cold Saturday morning amidst a thick veil of fog.
God, that's good voice
Didn't
acting.
look good, and there was an unnatural calm surrounding the area, yet I soon became entangled with the place.
The reverb on the voice, the very subtle reverb, is such a good sound design decision. Wearing headphones during this is excellent, by the way. I'm such a sucker for, like, haunted house-based horror. It's, like, my favorite subgenre of horror. And the cloudy sky above me seemed rather unsettling and almost made me lose my balance. I felt a curious urge to run for shelter, and my new home in the distance seemed very inviting. Am I leaving my car at the gate? Where's my car? Where did my car go? How do I move? It's not WASD. It's not a mouse. Is it just clicking? Oh, there's my car. It was the boot of my car, which, considering my non-existent technical expertise, I hoped would never need to open. Okay. Oh. Can I start the car? I had only just arrived and the idea of going driving again wasn't very tempting. Oh, okay. Can I take the keys back? Nope. Guess they're stuck there. I'm playing this the same way that I played Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, which is I see woods. I wonder if Lorelei had inspiration from this game, because they also had a torn down cathedral in the distance, or not torn down, like worn down. But I'm playing it the same way I played that game, which is I'm walking through the woods first to see if there's anything worth getting. Can I go in? Can I go in? Locked. Oh, it's getting darker. Now that's an interesting touch. The lighting is definitely changing. Oh, a greenhouse. Nice. Ooh. How very Resident Evil. The time was 9 a.m. Oh, I thought it was getting dark. The lighting definitely changed. It's a rather torn umbrella. There was a huge vase of oriental craftsmanship standing by the windows.
Hello?
Michael, it's me.
Hey, Jerry. It's good to hear your voice.
I see that piece of junk you got there is working.
My thoughts exactly. I was afraid it'd fall apart as soon as I laid my fingers on it.
So how did you find everything? Do you like the place?
It's hard to tell yet. I'm very impressed, that's for sure.
You sound odd. Is everything okay?
Yes, it's perfectly fine. It's just that I'm in awe. I mean, pleasantly surprised. This house is like a dream come true.
So you do like it? You got me worried there for 1 second.
I'm telling you, I'm going to turn this place into a factory of horror stories.
Good. You ought to finish that book. I'm rooting for you, mate. You sure everything is in order?
Well, I just got here. Let me have a look around, and I'll get back to you if I find anything strange.
Excellent. I'll talk to you later.
You know, I see a big house like this and I'm like, oh, it's beautiful, it's lovely. I would love the, I'd love the solitude of being able to make really loud music. But do you want to know what I do? Because I make music, but do you want to know what I do when I'm alone at home, everybody? Sometimes I'll play music, sure. And sometimes I'll write music and, you know, all of those things. But most of the time I'm so... Oh. Most of the time I'm so terrified. Thick wire, okay. That somebody will hear me and know where I am. that I'm just so quiet when I'm home alone so that nobody bothers me. And it's a ridiculous thought. So I feel like I'd be in this house and I'd be like, oh, there could be anybody in the next room. And then it's like, that's not true. Is this a bedroom off the kitchen? Now that's interesting. The lights wouldn't work. Okay. I grabbed it to have a closer look. Okay. Ah. Miserable looking bed. I agree. Beautiful. I gotta say, the art in this is gorgeous. Early 2000s, right? This is beautiful for that time period. It really plays off the, thank you. Really plays off of the inspiration of what came before. Bathroom? Yes. Being used as a dark room of sorts? Now that's fascinating. Nothing to say about it? Alright. Scratches is incredible. It's a love letter to the types of games that it's emulating, not realizing that it is the type of game that it's emulating. Well, what do I mean by this? It came out in 2006, so it was a little later than a bunch of the games in a similar genre, and if it came out in 2024, it would be an instant classic for fans of this genre. It's slow moving, it's point and click, it's eerie, it's beautiful, it's well voice acted, and it leaves you with a sense of both wanting to continue through the isolation to see what's happening, and a fear of what's happening and wanting to leave, but knowing that you can't. I mean, you, the player, can leave, goodness knows I did, but he's stuck there. He's waiting for the resolution. The Witness, one of my favorite games, and Lorelei and the Laser Eyes kept my attention by forcing me into an uncomfortable situation and a desire to get my character into a better place. This game does similarly. Sometimes, and you'll see this in other videos from me, this isn't well done, and it feels grueling to go through. But this game nails it. I can't recommend the video on Scratches enough. It is linked in the description. It's a walkthrough and a love letter to the game, which is impossible to find and play. I am so lucky that I was able to play this. But if you can find it, play it for yourself. Give it a shot. It gets good, and it gets scary. It's unique. The puzzle mechanics are simple but well executed. 9 scratches on the wall out of 10, and a big recommendation. And to Nucleosys, please find a way to release this again for people to buy, even if it's free to play. I don't know the drama behind why you can't play this, but I hope that someday you can play this. This game is called Do No Harm. It's by Darts Games. I don't know any of their other games. They have one called, looks like Hellscream, Lunar Ascendant. These all look like they're coming soon. None of them have been released yet, so it might be a new game company. They had a playtest available, and I don't know if they just accepted me out of nowhere, or maybe they know my work. I can't imagine that they do, but maybe they do. Anyway, it looks really cool. It seems really interesting, and we're gonna go right into it. So this is the playtest for that. I'm loving the vibe already. It reminds me of the beginning, not the music so much. The music's great. I listened to this kind of music in October pretty nonstop. In fact, in I think 2021 or 2022, one of my top artists of the year was a guy named like Derek Fiecher or something, because he has just albums of music that sounds like this, and because I heavy listened to this type of music in October, it like destroyed my listening for the entire year up until that point, because I listened to it more than because I listen to a lot of varied stuff. I don't listen to one artist nonstop, so it like messed up my whole algorithm. Anyway, that's not what I was gonna say. This reminds me of the beginning of Monster X Mediator, which is an itch.io game. Just like this building and having to get monsters out. That's not the point of this game. That's just what this image reminds me of, is that house. Anyway, let's jump in.
In the busy streets, a strange offer caught my eye. An island village, remote and forgotten, in need of a doctor. The promise of high pay was too tempting to ignore. I packed my bags, leaving behind the comfort of the city for the unknown. The journey was long, the sea restless, as if warning me of what was to come. Upon my arrival, the island greeted me with silence. The villagers, they were unlike any I had met before. Their eyes were empty, their words few. And then there was the place they called my new home. An abandoned building, once a clinic, now a shell of its former self.
The art's incredible, the voice acting's
I came
great.
for the promise of gold, but I fear I found something far more sinister.
Oh, jump right in. Far more sinister. Hi. Oh. Oh.
Fuslemarvest. To speak your donne. Kurabitur dinissen.
Thank you. Sorry.
Well, ifecum. Fortinius Ribeiro. Orti integer.
Flip to the pages to find the headache symptom in the book. Okay. Okay, so understanding the patient's by the way, this is a game where you make potions for people, but it's concocting, and it's there's puzzles relating to it, and the trailer, which I did not play a lot of, had a lot of stuff relating to that, so it just seemed really up the alley for this channel, especially since it's early access, and I love giving previews to people of games that they might not have played. I mean, that's the whole point of this channel, so when I got access, I was like, I have to play this immediately. Like, this is the same day they gave me access that I'm recording this. Anyway, furthermore, the discerning physician must be vigilant in noting physical symptoms. Okay. The 4 humors and remedies. We recognize the 4 humors, blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile, oh gosh, as the cornerstones of health and disease. Vital, blood and phlegm, digestive, yellow bile, black bile. That That's one of those tongue twisters. Yellow bile, black bile. Yellow bile, black bile. The vital medications pertain to humors of blood and phlegm. Digestive medication address the humors of yellow bile and black bile. A precise dosage is required to restore harmony. A low dose ranges from 1 to 5, while high dose spans 6 to 9. Under using the humor circle. Humor circle? Who are you? My wife? The closer the dosage to the ideal, the better the outcome. Finding the exact dosage always leads to full recovery. I wonder if that's noted anywhere or if I have to note it. The exact opposite dosage results in death. Great. The exact dosage plus 3, which means full recovery. 1 to 2 steps. 18 steps, which means death. Okay. Okay. Identifying symptoms for vital medicine. When diagnosing a patient, certain symptoms indicate need for vital medicine, which include treatments for conditions associated with humors of phlegm and blood. Blood symptoms, fatigue, headache, hallucination, blurred vision, dizziness. Okay. So, headache is here in blood symptoms. I don't remember the exact dose. But any dose should be helpful. 1. How do I take more? I guess I can't because it's the tutorial. Thank you, doctor. I feel much better. Here's my med card for you to sign. Oh. Okay. That's me, Dr. Herbert. Your working hours are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's a long day. Probation period starts today and ends at the end of the month. Is that every day, or do I get a day off? Good luck. I appreciate your help, Doctor. Farewell. Oh my god. Is it non-stop? Hi, buddy. Persistent discomfort in my throat. Okay. Making it painful to eat or speak. Don't want to overdo it with the medicine. A little should be enough. Discomfort in my throat. Okay. Phlegm. Okay. Was that so hard? What took you so long? I barely took any time at all. Dimitri, calm down. Thanks for your assistance. Nice, I got some money. I don't know what this is. What is this? Hi, Doctor, good to see you. Lately I've been feeling hungry all the time. It's getting to be too much. I don't think it's too serious. A small dose should be just fine. Okay, give me your card. Hunger. Hunger. Black bile. I guess I'm fully healed. Okay. There you go. Allergies fish flour. Thank you for seeing me. Take care. You're welcome. I like that they're one after another and don't take up my time. Hello, doctor. I hope I'm not intruding. Not at all. I'm halfway through my workday. Even when I'm just lying down, cold sweat's pouring off me. Leave it alone when I move around. I don't think it's too serious. Okay. Are you over 70? No, you're 46. Cold sweat is black bile. I see something right here that says over 70, so I'm just assuming I can't use it. You literally saved my life. Yeah, you know, that's what I do. I'm a doctor. Allergic to eggs and dust? Oh boy, buddy. I'm so sorry. What a life. That was the only way to get good protein back then. I mean, right now, where we are in this time. Is this a real language? Those of you with language, let me know, because when they greeted me, all the different voices, when they were like, hello, doctor, it sounded like the same.
Bonek pantus.
Okay, that didn't. But the other two did. The sneezing fits are driving me mad. Hurry up, I'm gonna close at 8, and I don't know if it's gonna kick you out. Hurry. Sneezing. Phlegm. So what happens when I run low? Feel good as new. Yay! I love making people feel better. You're so cute. Oh. Wilbur. There you go. Quitting time. Do I use the money to buy more? My reputation's right in the middle, but I did so good. Oh, okay. Main medicine refresh $30, lamp oil $10, and then that's what's remaining is $76. Today was my first day in a new place. Fortunately, everything went pretty well. It did. And then it gets worse. We are pleased to announce the arrival of a new physician in our village. Let's start the day. Lewis, you did it after all. Oh, you must be the new doctor. I promised the previous doctor I would fix one of his devices. If you don't mind. Okay. Here it is. Not sure if you're familiar with this device. It's a tachometer. Oh, thank you. Shows the patient's condition and how it changes during treatment. How about a little checkup? Says you're feeling bad. Chronic pain. One thing, I'm going to pause for a second. One thing that I would say, just because time and they're talking, I wish that while they're talking, even if I couldn't see the words, like maybe the pop-up bubbles that they're saying are in 3D and like move across because they're next to them, but I wish that I could look down at the book while they're talking. I can only look down at the book after they've finished talking. And that might be part of it, right? The stress of like time management, and seeing as many clients as you can, etc. But for me, like, I want to look around the space that I'm in while people talk, even if it forces me to then look back at them while to see what they're saying, because this is a different language, which is interesting that it's a different language considering the intro was in English and the guy had a British accent. Like, does he speak this language? Because he's also writing in English, and that's not taking me out of it either. He probably does just speak 2 languages, but I'm interested in how he is understanding this other language, and why that was chosen, because there's voice acting anyway, so the voice acting could have just been in English. It wouldn't have taken me out of it. Anyway, those are just my thoughts so far, and this is nothing if not for my thoughts, so you made the game harder. Thank you for seeing me. My illness seems to be mild. Lower dose of medicine might be enough. Okay. Allergic to garlic and peanuts. What's your illness? Felling bad. Why does it say felling and not feeling? It just said feeling for the last person, so I don't understand why there's a mistype now. That doesn't... And, like, that's fine. Again, I don't hold... English is a really difficult language, and I never hold anybody to spelling things right. But all of this is spelled right, and the last one that said feeling bad was spelled right. So it's actually more, I'm wondering if that's on purpose. Like, is there a reason why it's misspelled? Like, there's something else going on? Because I know that there's something else going on with the game in general. I don't know if that's just a bug or not, basically. What are you feeling bad with? Illness seems to be mild. Can you tell me what you're feeling? Some patients have allergies to some medicine. I don't know what you're allergic to. Or what you want. You're feeling sick. You have a sore. Body ache? I'm gonna give you yellow bile. 2. Okay, I made it worse. The opposite of yellow bile is blue, so I'm gonna give you 4. Okay, I'm gonna give you 2 blood. Okay.
Krabitur Denissen.
Okay, you're good then. I see now. I have 5 chances.
Magdamassen Sarko.
This is actually very interesting. There is a puzzle here. It's figuring out what's wrong with them. They're not just going to tell you necessarily.
Donate.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, thanks. I can't help with that. Oh, I did it. That was the end of the demo. Okay. Great. Hold on a sec. I was like feeling it. I was like, it's been 45 minutes. That feels like a good demo length. There's another day. I'm going to do that and be done. I loved that. I am going to leave a review, but I'm also going to do my review, obviously. So, let's just jump right into that and hear my thoughts. Do No Harm has the makings of an incredible game. It's unique and different, yet follows the progression of a game like You Aren't My Neighbor or Papers, Please. I love this style of game, and I'm glad that they're continuing to pop up. Something that sets Do No Harm apart from other games I've played like this is the sheer amount of information that needs to be taken in and understood in a very short period of time. I love the fact that each individual person may have an allergy to a specific medicine, or that you need to be looking for the perfect cure based on specific signs that you might not even see. They might not know how to talk about what's going on with them. And I also love that the game starts out really easy and then gets progressively harder and adds in more situations and more things to look out for. There were still things within the book that I just never saw for the entire length of the time that I was playing the demo. I love that. I also love the unknowable creatures walking amongst the townfolk and the ability to tell them apart. I love the mystery, and I love the personality of this new doctor as they begin their descent into madness, it seems like. I do think that some of the things that I said in terms of mapping would be good for the sake of ease of the player, and I do think that the timer is a bit quick even if being put under pressure. I also think that there's something to be said about resource management and choosing when to buy more of something versus letting it be lower because you need to save up. It reminds me of Darkest Dungeon in that way, and I really like it. It's also very stressful, but not in a bad way, just maybe in a way where making sure that that type of mechanic is perfectly laid out so you're never put into a situation where you were inevitably going to lose the game from, say, like the second day of work or something. Think of it like a game of solitaire, right? In a game of solitaire, it's completely randomized so that from the beginning of the game, you may win or you may lose. Specific types of solitaire, I'm thinking like Clockwork Solitaire. And some types of solitaire, it's based on the movements that you make, but they're still seeds that exist where you would lose right from the get-go. Not having that happen in a game like Do No Harm, I think, is important. This isn't solitaire. Knowing that, hey, the player might mess up and buy too much of something within the first 3 days and not have the money for a big thing that happens on day 5 is an important thing to keep in mind. And I'm not even saying that that happened. It didn't happen in the course of the demo, but I'm fearing for the future. This is a demo where the influences for the game are worn on the sleeves, such as Darkest Dungeon, such as You Aren't My Neighbor, while still standing out as a uniquely new and incredible thing. Therefore, I don't want to rate the demo, since I'm sure I'll be playing it again when the full release happens, and I'm also sure that the game is going to change pretty significantly before then. But I really do look forward to the full game, and I hope you do too. Thanks for watching this Halloween episode of Decrypting the Puzzle. I've been your Witless principal. Thanks to the people who watch and support these. I know it's been a few months. This whole channel is a passion project for me, but I do promise at least 2 more videos within the next month are coming. If you're not subscribed, please do, and catch you in the next puzzle.